What up, what up, what up? I'm Jake.
I'm Jim.
Welcome to Secret Hideout, place we talk you can't bring to the dinner table.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. What's up, Zoe?
What up, boys?
He gets me every time. I don't know why.
Every time. What episode is this?
This is 88.
88.
That's a good one.
It's a good one.
Nice little hockey talk in the beginning.
Yeah, we get pretty deep in the hockey.
Yeah. It almost turned into a whole hockey episode. I felt it.
It was coming. I had
Yeah.
to take us out of it real quick. Of course, we hit up that pop culture, short pop culture this time.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, we talk a little bit about Stranger Things. No spoilers.
Yeah.
I talk about The Boys on Amazon, which Enzo's gonna go watch tonight
Immediately
And
when I get home.
Jim's gonna finish Stranger Things, so we can talk about it next episode.
We're gonna do a Stranger Things episode next episode.
Spoilers with that one.
All that shit. So watch
when
it.
that comes. Well, of course, we hit in that flat Earth.
Oh yeah.
It
was kind of
hideout.
It was the end of our pop culture.
Yeah, but that's because last episode we talked about a documentary.
Yep.
Secret History of Flat Earth.
Lost History
of Flat Earth.
Yeah.
And how we were going to check it out, see if it's any good. And it is it's a G.
Yep.
It's a G thing.
You can check the link in the bio. I'll have it there because it's a good one, man. I think it's got to just, if you're not into Flat Earth and you just like history, check this out.
Yeah, Flat Earth, the whole title is kind of, we talk about it, how 3 hours in, he hasn't even touched on Flat Earth.
No.
So, yeah, we go in a little bit into that. What else we get into?
We popped from there. We did some Judge Dredd a little bit in there too for pop culture.
Yeah.
And
then we jump into some random shit.
Oh, I did. I made a point, and I don't know.
Jim goes about
nostalgia.
It was like nostalgia and anxiety.
Goes off on nostalgia, and I started watching the hockey game. And he's talking about it. The Rangers versus Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he was tapping into that nostalgia. He was letting the
So I'll listen
happen.
to that when I listen back to that episode. See what the fuck you're talking about. But yeah, so
yeah, it's a fun one.
It's a fun one.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Let's go. Got 88. Lucky old 88 here.
Yeah.
It's flying by.
We're going through it. Yep.
Big dogs now.
Yeah.
Big dogs now. Getting paid now.
Yeah, we're getting paid.
Getting sponsored.
I wish.
Just kidding. We ain't.
Shout out everyone who came into the live. I might do that again on this Friday. So.
Oh yeah, you went live, huh?
Yeah, so I'll go live the Friday it drops.
So what are you doing live?
Just playing video games.
Playing video games?
Yeah.
You don't talk shit?
Streaming?
Yeah, I talk shit.
You talk shit?
I mean, if you come into the live, I'll talk to you. And last week we had, and then I might even post the episode early in the live, which I did last week because I fucked up.
Okay.
We need to have you in as a guest on one of those.
Yeah, it's hard.
As a host, whatever.
I got kids running around and shit,
Yeah.
Just can't get up on a mic.
Yeah.
And I don't have gaming stuff.
It's all about buying you Xbox Live.
I don't have that Xbox Live. Scares me.
But
scared of it.
Scares you?
Yo, let's jump into sports real quick.
We should hit sports. But why does it scare you?
I don't know.
I understand this. I understand.
I'm like an old man to it. It's like
a boomer when it comes to
it's like a boomer getting an iPhone to me.
Yeah.
Like it's something I never got into. Like I just never cared about online sporting, and then like the idea of like competing with thousands of people at one video game, like it's just like, to me it gives me anxiety. It's
or
like,
collaborating with
I'm just
your
not
friends.
gonna be good at this game.
Yeah.
Collabing, I'm just gonna bring you down.
Think positive.
Yeah, don't be so fearful of failure.
Just
embrace.
I know how I am at video games. I play video games to have fun because I'm not
same dude.
Not good at them.
Dude, we could play Skater XL. Just be chilling at a spot, hitting that shit online. That'd be fun.
Oh, how about this? When Skate 4 comes out,
that'd be real fun. I think you could probably play Skate online too. Skate,
you probably
3.
can.
I think so.
Probably.
That's free on Xbox. So
yeah,
Skate's sweet though. All right, yeah, we'll hit those sports. So want to do that?
Yeah,
all right.
Close. Online sports.
Oh, there you go. Snapshot. Bingo.
Mickey Redman's a treasure.
So they just the fan actually on that note, the fans just NHL fans did a vote on the best commentator or sports commentators.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this year Mickey Redman and Ken Daniels won.
They won.
They got first place. They got number 1.
That's sick. Pull that up. I see that.
Go to news. Right there.
They deserve that for
They're
sure.
in top spot in the athletic
NHL broadcast poll.
So was it just NHL?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
NHL. So out of all the teams,
Dude, they may be the best color commentator,
period,
game caller duo on any sporting. Ever.
And it's funny because because I read the article and like the article breaks down each team's commentators, and like what makes them and everything, and and when it gets to them, the things they say are the exact same things we talked about when we were talking about Mickey Redman last time, like how like Mickey's like Ken Daniels is like real like straightforward and like gives that like straightforward and talks up the competition. Like respects the competition that's happening there.
He's not a homer.
He's not a homer at all. And then Mickey Redman bringing in that fucking like old school hockey like stories. And someone they put they put like fans like what fans said about them and everything like that. And someone put it perfectly. They said something about how like he's like having Mickey is just like sitting in the living room watching hockey with your hockey knowledgeable grandpa.
Yes.
100%. And that's what it is.
And he's always been that way. I mean, since even how many decades now?
I don't know. Let's
2, 3 decades. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Snapshot. Bingo.
Snapshot.
Right in the back of the net. Number 17 really peeved off, wasn't he?
That clip's from like a clip of Mickey watching himself from back in the day.
Okay.
So it's like it's a shot of him. And then he like see this number 17 or whatever he's talking about breaks his stick, I believe, after the play.
Okay.
But Mickey scored the goal, and he's commentating on his own goal.
Oh, okay. So he's watching himself play hockey. Yeah. Okay, I got you.
I went through like a shit ton of Mickey Redman.
Yeah, there's probably a lot.
Like, oh, dude, there's like hour long ones.
Yeah.
So I actually might switch that up every episode or every few episodes. Yeah, I have a couple of them that I'm gonna put in there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough thing.
I know
he's no longer doing it
when he dies.
Yeah, when he dies. Yeah. And like like I said, I really do enjoy Chris Osgood when he does it too, though.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. I don't feel like I've watched enough games where Ozzy was actually color commentating.
Okay.
But
he does a lot.
Yeah,
he does
I don't
a lot
watch enough hockey.
He does a lot, especially away games where Mickey's not coming.
I got so attached to hockey, like because I played hockey so much growing up, that it's really hard for me to watch hockey. Like I love hockey. Don't get me wrong. I love watching hockey. If it's on, I'm going to say it, but I never feel to seek it out. Because it's kind of like how you and I have talked about like going to concerts. Feels like you've already seen behind the scenes of it.
Yeah.
You already understood that and like you were a part of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
And our team isn't that amazing
right
now.
No, not even that. It's a great game. It's the best game in the world to watch by far.
Yeah.
But I just don't like. I was a little too close to it. So like hockey, I don't know.
Mystery is not there.
I think I could be doing that. That's another thing. It's like I watch it and I'm like, I get that. I'm like gloatful. You know what I mean? Or I don't know, prideful.
Yeah.
Of like I think I could be proud.
Like you're seeing people and you're like, I could take McDavid.
Yeah.
He does. He thinks he can. I'm not doubting that you can.
I would at one time
at
take
peak,
McDavid.
At peak Jim.
I would at one time be able to take him. I think McDavid would blow by me most of the times, but I could. There would be a
like
time.
If you were doing so I'm thinking if you were doing what you were doing for your tryouts, right?
Yeah.
If you were doing what you were doing for your tryouts for a year at like 25,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
What does that mean?
And sober still.
Like I could have defended McDavid.
Like 1 out of 10 times, 7 out of 10.
In a full game scenario,
I'd
I
say
think
at
I
least
could do
5
it.
out of 10.
Yeah, I could do it at least for sure.
Okay.
I'd say maybe more, but once again, because I'm confident in it. So he's one of those.
But so
ones,
is he. That's
Yeah.
why
So
I
is
give you.
he, dude.
That's
Yeah.
why I
No,
give you
I-
5 out of 10.
I mean,
And
he's like the
you know
alpha
what
of
I'm saying?
alphas in the NHL.
I've been blown by. I've had 15-year-old kids blow past me, so I'm
Yeah.
not like I know I'm not like it's impenetrable. You know
No,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like I
Yeah.
know that you get past me, but
Yeah.
like I can skate backwards as fast as most people can skate forward.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So so you're like you see the stuff and you're just like
I'm
I
just
could do that.
a little too. There's
He
a
sees it.
there's
He
a
goes, "Damn, I should have done that."
yeah
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm stuck with these assholes
Like
talking in my
I can
room.
Yeah.
watch. I can still. I watch pro skating and love pro skating because I know I was. There was never a chance.
Yeah.
It's like it's still mythological to me. It's still like unreachable.
Yeah.
But with hockey,
You know what I have a hard time realizing when I'm watching hockey to this day is that these motherfuckers are like 20 years old.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
have a hard time.
They look like grown men.
I have
Yeah.
a hard time seeing that. Every time I watch hockey, I'm still like, oh, McDavid's like 40. You know?
Yeah.
or just older than me.
Yeah, just older
than me.
You know, yeah. And it's always weird
Because he's like he's greater than you.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
Yes.
exactly.
He's like a god almost.
he is.
They're
older than me.
ageless, and he is almost like a god. To be honest,
It's so crazy.
the
to
guy
think
is
about.
a phenomenal.
Yeah, you look at him and you're
Dude,
just
he'd probably
Well-
blow past me 9 out of 10 times. All that shit talking. I just thought about it. I'm like, I get walked so many times.
God.
Nah, I give you 5
Because
out of 10.
I'd try to hit him. If I was playing him smart, for sure. I think 5.
I give you 5 out
Yeah.
of 10. Yeah, you're gonna stop him. But I mean, he is great, but his ass just got swept.
Yeah.
His
he
ass
did.
just got fucking swept, bro. Fucking Colorado is hungry.
It's gonna be,
know.
dude.
Colorado's
It's gonna be a
fucking
fucking
hungry, bro.
sick Stanley Cup
Stanley Cup
playoff
final.
for sure. Because the two teams,
It might not even. I don't
you think
know,
they just
man.
blow
just
through?
gonna
You think
blow
they
them.
just
No,
blow
man,
through
I'm
Tampa?
nervous, bro.
They messed them up.
I'm
Man.
nervous, bro. Like look at their record. Look at their fucking record
I
of this
know.
playoffs.
Tampa Bay's quietly going for a 3-peat.
They're down right
Quietly
now.
going. Yeah, they're down. Right. What is it? 2-1.
2-1.
2-1.
Okay.
But they have that idea. The idea of them getting a 3-peat. A team hasn't done it since like the 80s or some shit.
Yeah. So
So that's got to be an organizational like hype for
yeah,
them.
man. But I'm just because
Colorado.
I
No,
want Tampa.
Colorado.
I want Tampa to win. I want them to win. I want them to beat Colorado.
I
Because
watched
we can't
one.
cheer for Colorado, bro.
No,
Like, we
but I watched
can't.
one Colorado game
Yeah.
against St. Louis, and I was like, this team is fucking. They go.
They're
Dude,
good.
They
yeah.
go.
Dude, I watched. I think I only missed one game of the Oilers series,
Series.
and like fucking, it was fucking fantastic hockey, bro. Like
Yeah.
from both sides.
Yep.
From like both sides, it was like fucking fantastic, fast paced hockey. The grit, I would have liked a little bit more grit, but the grit was there. But man, fucking just it was like Avalanche was just like nah,
Back and forth.
just like nah.
Mhm.
Like Oilers would be like 2 up, and you're like, oh shit, they got this one in the bag.
Nah.
I'm like, that McKinnon motherfucker just coming,
He's awesome, dude. Probably gonna get a jersey of his at some point.
just coming. Like
He
it's
rips.
scary. Like
Yeah, he
it's whoever wins next, I'd just be nervous. Like
Did we play that end-to-end play on here before? The
I don't
Last week?
think.
yeah,
Yeah, I
look
think
up.
we did.
Look, we
you know?
did
I played the highlights. I don't know.
McKinnon highlights.
It was like McKinnon and McDavid. It was game 3, I think, for them.
But did you play the clip of McKinnon going
Going
end to
end to
end?
Probably not. You want me to-
Yeah, look it up real quick.
But though
Just-
I was
just
thinking,
in
bro,
the
like,
meantime.
dude, like we're good. That's gonna be us in like fucking 3 years, dude.
What do you mean?
Like we're gonna be like what the Avalanche are right now.
I hope so. Yeah.
Like that's coming for us.
Oh, there you go. Snapshot. Bingo.
Like we don't have, and like I was talking to a dude at work about it, and he's like, "Yeah, all we need is like, we just need that McKinnon." And I'm like, "Dude, we might already have that." Like,
I don't
we
know,
might-
man. McKinnon's a special
we,
player, dude.
we might already like. You just never know. Okay, first off, I think if
Here
we
it
get a
is.
McKinnon, it's not going to be a first round. It's not going to be a first pick. It's not going to be a first pick. It's going to be some hidden gem. All right, it's going to be something that comes out of somewhere. All right, I think that's gonna be like our McKinnon, and we could already have it with like Raymond. Dude, Raymond. Okay, McKinnon was drafted in what 2013.
I don't know. Let's check it out.
Oh, and that was a Hattie?
Yeah, it was a Hattie.
Oh, shit.
I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure he was drafted in 2013. Okay, Lucas Raymond. Yeah, Lucas Raymond was drafted in.
Yeah, 2013 entry draft, first
Exactly.
overall.
Okay, yeah, he went first for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But Lucas was drafted in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the
Yeah.
2019-2020 pick.
Where did
And
this guy play?
He went what, fourth? He went fourth, right? We went over that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4th and 6th.
So he went
Yeah.
fourth. So he's
Mo was
young right
sixth.
now. He's young right now. He's young, and and we all know that he should be a competitor in Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
still
saying?
think Mo should probably get it. Did
No,
that happen
Mo,
yet?
yeah, Mo should definitely get it.
Did that not happen yet?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. It happens usually at the end of the season. I think they've already announced a few of them, but I think it happens like at the
Okay.
end.
I got some money on that shit.
But
So but I'm just saying. It should be the top three. Raymond
well, you
should be
never
in
know.
there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Instead of the old guy.
Instead of the old guy.
Yeah. He's like 23 or something. But
So you just never know what he's gonna
Mhm.
develop into.
True. True.
I mean, Dylan Larkin's a special player.
I think so too. Yeah.
I don't like Dylan Larkin.
I
I
remember
don't
you
like Dylan
you were
What
like,
is it
he's
about
not
him?
even good. I'm like, bro, he's good.
What is it
man.
about him? You just his
When
style.
We first got him.
I'd light him up, though. Straight up. Straight up. He's just what he has the look,
Light him
everything
up.
about him. I don't know. No, but he is. I think he's. What he scored? How many goals this year? He had fucking career year.
40, right? Didn't
Yeah.
he score 40?
He looked.
I don't know. I'm looking it up. Let's see.
He looked.
I know
way-
Bertuzzi got
He's
30.
fucking strong. Finally, he's strong.
Big guy now.
Yeah.
Dylan Larkin, 71 games.
Did you watch those his first couple of years, man? He was like a deer.
Just put Larkin.
It's right here. 71.
Now he's like a
Goals,
fucking
31.
Now he's an elk. Now he's a fucking elk.
How many points you get though?
69.
You got 69 points.
Hey,
Still led the team in every category: goals and assists and point. Well, obviously, yeah. He led it: games played, goals, assists, points.
But look at
plus-
Bertuzzi.
not plus minus.
Well, how is Bertuzzi only fucking what 4 games behind?
games played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all the Canadian games.
Well, look, Larkin was out. Remember for like
Larkin-
personal reasons
Yeah,
for a
Larkin
minute.
went out because.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was out a couple times. I think.
Yeah, forgot what happened. I think it was COVID related. I think the speculation was it was.
No, it was.
I think it was COVID related. They just didn't want to say that he had it for some reason or something like that. I think he got COVID.
I don't know, but he just dumped his. Did you hear about? He dumped his
Agent.
his agent.
I did hear that.
No, I didn't hear that.
Like they were surprised by it too. Like they made a statement about it. Like his agency made a statement like, "Oh, we were kind of been shocked that this happened," and he went to some like big deal one,
Oh,
like,
okay.
like one that does McDavid and shit. Because his
That's not why he missed games.
his
though.
contract's up for like renewal.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So he wants to get some money.
Would
Go
you
get-
renew
go
him?
Get paid.
Would
Would
you
I
renew him
renew
if
him?
you're
Oh, yeah.
Stevie Y? Would you?
Yeah.
Even though
I
you
think-
just said you. What you
I think he's great captain material.
Yeah, I think so.
I
too.
do. I think his off ice and everything like that.
Watching his interviews are good. He's from Waterford. I know.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of reasons
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, hometown boy.
Hometown. He's good.
Watched him. I knew he was gonna be captain his second year. After his second year, because I went to a game. Yeah, his second. It had to have been his second year, right? Because it was the
kid's
last year.
fast.
It was the last year
Dylan
at the Joe.
Larkin is fast as fuck.
It was the last year at the Joe Louis Arena. Everyone they did practice things. You know, they did their practice thing, and then they were getting off the. Everyone got off the ice. Every player got off the ice except Dylan Larkin. Dylan Larkin stayed on the ice, and he went around and he threw pucks to kids.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the only person to do that. And I was like, dude, that kid's gonna be captain one day.
He knew. Yeah, I think.
You know what I'm saying?
I think we
that
all
was his
knew
second
it.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all knew it, didn't we? I mean,
Yeah, everybody knew it.
yeah.
So yeah,
I didn't hate Larkin. I don't really. Hate
You
Larkin.
hated Larkin when his first year. You were talking mad shit about him. I think you said you could light him up, and
He still
all
says that
this
now.
shit. You were like, he's not even that good,
Bro, if you talk
and
about
then finally
Gretzky,
you were
Jim
like,
would be
all
like,
right,
I'd
he's
light
good.
him up.
Not last year. Year before last, I started to like him. His first year, I did not like him. You're right.
Yeah,
But he just was gangly, and he just didn't. He was 19 or whatever. How old was he?
18.
18.
Yeah.
So I get it. He was still fast.
he
as
wasn't
fuck.
even like technically drafted, was he?
He went to U of M. I think they just.
How does that work? Like, he wasn't drafted, right?
Yeah, he had to
Googling
be
it.
drafted.
Was it? How does that work? I don't get how that works because
Drafted
he was
number
playing
15.
he was playing for UFM. I don't know how all that shit works.
was
that
number
fast. I'm not
15
that
in the
savvy in the
first
draft
Dude, the
world.
draft ain't all right. So listen, the draft. That's what I was trying to tell you guys last time. Is like the draft isn't like how the hockey teams are built. Like it's not like football where it's like
No, yeah, I know that, but you do get your
yeah, you get
McDavid
for
and
sure. We
Matthews.
hope you have our,
McKinnon.
we hope we have ours with
You
Luca
know.
David,
Lucas
Lucas Raymond, and even Mo. You know, I mean, if he's not scoring 50 goals, it doesn't matter.
Okay, he was drafted 15th overall.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like these
Played for
they
U of
get
M.
drafted sometimes when they're like 17,
hmm
probably over the
Yeah, so he was like one.
over
I think
17
he
league?
was like one of the youngest players until I think Raymond, right? Under Yzerman to join to
Yeah.
put on the jersey, to
Yeah,
put on
I
the
think
sweater,
so.
because he got drafted and then like he didn't go to he never played at fucking. He never
Grand
played.
He
In the,
played at
yeah.
he
No.
played at University of Michigan. Then he played a few games in Grand Rapids, and then came right or like one game maybe, and then came.
Pre-
I think he like
preseason.
had to.
Yeah,
I think
he
it was
had to probably
preseason.
just to warm up, like
Yeah.
But yeah, he
Go
put,
to
he
a-
put on the sweater right away.
go to a Griffins
Basically.
game, get tuned up, and then the next night come to play for the Wings.
Yeah, they had a plan with him. There's a plan. There's a conspiracy of Dylan Larkin.
Yeah,
For sure.
I have a feeling that Yzerman picked him out.
From
You think
Dude,
so?
I used
I
to
do,
sit. I
dude.
used to sit in. Yzerman had seats at the Joe forever
Yeah,
because Yzerman had the two seats next to my work seats at the Joe, and there'd always be like Tampa guys because I would always go to Tampa games,
yeah.
and there's always be two Tampa people from like the Tampa organization sitting
Yeah.
next to us.
See, I think
He's been here.
no, I think Yzerman has always been
In control.
no, not in control,
He's
not
like
in
Q.
control, but I think Yzerman. I think
Yzerman is cute. We should definitely put that as a title.
I love it.
That's
Yes.
no, I really do honestly think that Yzerman has always been the plan for like with the Illages and shit. Like since he retired, I think.
You think he went?
I
like,
think
did a
before
little boot
retirement,
camp
they were like, "All
in
right,
Tampa."
exactly." I
Yeah.
think they were like, "All right, we want this is who is going to take over our organization one day."
He's like, but I want to
And-
golf a lot
Yeah.
more.
And they were. That's what Tampa was. Tampa was training
Yeah, I can see that.
before he took over the iconic, legacy of the Red Wings. It was the training camp,
So you think he's a white hat?
and I think
Yeah,
he's definitely
exactly.
a white hat.
Trust
and,
the plan. Trust Yzerman.
And dude, I fucking hate this this like they got to keep their helmets on bullshit now when they fight
Why is that?
because it's bullshit.
Oh.
They're just hitting helmet.
Which sucks.
You
Yeah,
break
which
your hand
fucking
doing that?
sucks.
Yeah.
And now, but it's gonna discourage them from fighting because they don't want to break their fucking hand
Yeah.
on a helmet.
So how do they enforce that? Do you get extra? You get penalized extra if you take your helmet off,
Yes,
like in game or out?
Yeah, I
like
think-
is it like
I think you get fined. Yeah,
Ah,
some shit.
that's whack.
The helmet can come off. The helmet can come off.
Yeah, but you can't take
but
it
you
off.
can't take it off.
Okay.
And,
Well, it's kind of easy to get those helmets.
and I
off,
get it,
too.
man. I get it. Like the whole what is it called?
Concussion, CTE.
CTE shit. But it's like, bro, these guys know what they're like. That's what they're. You think McCarty gives a fuck about that? Like he's going to in like 10 years, but
Yeah, or he has it under control because he uses like medical marijuana and shit for it. Which is he's actually like a huge advocate of that. Shout
Yeah.
out, Darren McCarty.
Darren McCarty.
Shout out. Come on the show, dude. We had a small communication or someone from the Darren McCarty's team or something.
Yeah.
I thought for a fucking for 20 minutes, maybe I thought for like a week, but for 20 minutes of real time, I was like, we're gonna have Darren McCarty on this fucking show.
What?
Yeah,
That's
but I
cool.
just kind of misread an email, and it really wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
But shout out Darren McCarty. Come on,
I told you. I was
whenever
like-
you're ready.
I said I would go, bro. That wasn't Darren. Bro.
Yeah,
It's like his
you did.
team, dude. This motherfucker's got a team.
Yeah.
People, he's got a brand and shit.
I knew that, but I just didn't want to believe it. You know,
Yeah.
it's like Tom Hanks. Like, I know it.
Didn't want
I
to
just
believe
don't
it.
want to believe it.
Yeah.
Round Earth. I know it,
But you just don't
but I
want to
just
believe
don't
it.
want to believe it.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's sports right there.
Yeah, that's
Fucking,
good.
you
Well,
know.
there's something else I wanted to touch on with. I can't remember. Oh, it was because you sent me this thing on Instagram, this hockey fighting. So it's like an MMA. Enzo, here, I'll actually send it to you.
Yeah, please do.
So we could post it up here. But Jake sent me this video of a new sport.
Oh yeah, I didn't even look into that really.
I didn't either,
just sent
really,
it to
but
you and
What is it,
sent it to
dude?
you and
I'll
Dan.
send it to
I
you
would have
right
sent
now.
it to you, but you're
MMA
not.
and hockey.
It was
gear?
like an Instagram thing, so
Yeah.
it's like you're not on Instagram, which you should get on, so I could just send you shit.
You should just get the secret hideout
Because
one.
It's
Yeah.
like it's just so much easier to.
That's where all the memes in it is.
Well,
like,
no,
are
I'm
at.
just saying like when I'm on Instagram and I want to send it to like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like I'd have to take like a screenshot and
Do
shit
all
and
that
send it to
shit.
you.
What
know?
What is it? Can you describe what you're looking at?
It's like UFC but hockey.
It's gonna come up on your computer right now.
Type in like
I
UFC hockey fights. Are you airdropping it?
Yeah. Oh, here. Fuck it.
Instagram. It's here. It's here.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay.
Nope. That says
Turn your
killing
phone off,
babies
Jim.
is a choice.
Your phone's making a lot of noise.
Oh, is it? Did they hear that?
Airdrop was canceled.
Whoops.
That's
Airdrop was canceled?
yeah.
Just
Well,
type in,
here, it's on my
what's-
screen. Check
All
this
right, I
out.
see it now. It's coming up. All right.
Okay.
This is a real thing, dude. That's awesome. I wondered what the application.
So if you're not watching us on our
Ooh.
YouTube channel,
probably hard to grapple.
Secret Hideout Podcast,
It's probably really hard.
it's basically it's like an octagon with I'm assuming that's fake ice,
Yeah, it's
with
like
fake
the
ice,
training ice.
like training ice, but it's like a small octagon of training ice and hockey boards. And there's two guys on skates and two refs on skates, and the two guys are just basically hockey players, and they're fighting. And the refs are breaking them up, like how
Play it again real quick.
how a hockey fight is broken up.
When it goes to the ground, they stop them.
But they're wearing like UFC gloves.
Which is sweet.
But they're wearing hockey pants, hockey helmets.
And I
shoulder
always thought
pads.
about this. So I always thought about this, not as a sport, but I'm like, I think about it as a thing of fighting is like, I know how to fight somebody like in the most like
On skates.
unbalanced way of fighting
Yeah.
somebody. When you're on skates and there's a technique to it. I don't think it necessarily translates to like street fighting either.
No. Yeah.
But there is, and
Yeah.
then if this sport took off, which it should, because it's sick.
Well,
They won't let it because then people want to see it in the game, and that's what they're trying to get rid of, which is such bullshit.
Yeah, it's definitely.
They
a
used
part
to. I
of the
mean, they.
game.
I don't know if they still do. I mean, some hockey clubs might still do it, but I know for a time when enforcers were a thing, they used to have like trainers for this
Yeah,
for the clubs where they would literally just teach them how to fight on their skates and shit.
But I just feel like, is it really necessary in today's game, though? Like, I know it's one thing if it's like someone takes a shot at your star player and then you go and you just break the rule and you just get in a fight with them. That's fine. But, like, does there really need to be like it was before where they were like
Yes.
more organized fighting?
Yes.
Do you think so?
I don't
Yes,
think
it
it
just-
needs to be blown
it's-
out.
It just needs
I think
it's
it's
the
just-
grit.
It's a part of the game.
Yeah, the grit. It's losing its grit.
Okay. I mean, I'm saying like
There's like an
They're still
honorary
fighting.
system to it. There's like this whole. There's a lore in itself to like hockey fights and hockey fighting and how you
Forcing,
engage
yeah.
into a fight and what your role of the team is and
I
what that
gotcha.
does for like how turning
Morale.
When to
games.
fight, when
Yeah,
to fight.
for
like,
sure.
There's
Yeah.
tactics on when to start a fight and shit like that, dude. And like
when your
who to
team's
go
down.
after.
Dude, we watch
you know?
people tee off on each other in the octagon.
Yeah.
Fucking mercilessly. Merciful? I don't know.
Mercilessly?
Mercilessly, yeah. They just tee off on each other, knee each other's in the heads. But like for some reason, like
Yeah, it's bad in
football is
hockey.
dangerous and hockey's dangerous. Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? Like
Yeah.
we're watching
Like
people,
one of the most popular sports out there is people fucking
MMA.
yeah,
Yeah.
kicking
beating the
each other
shit
in the
out of each
fucking
other.
face.
Yeah. I'm not saying that MMA is not bad for you, like by any means.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Isn't it like a arbitrary? Is that the right? I'm a
Arbitrary?
full arbitrary.
What is that? Your never mind.
Arbitrary.
Um.
Isn't it arbitrary think that hockey fighting is bad?
It's not that I think it's bad. I was just saying, is it really part of the game? Like I
sound
said,
like a bitch, Enzo.
if someone, well, no, like
is it part of the game? Yes, that's the problem.
Insofar as like the organization
of it,
part
like
of
the game.
Bob Probert needing like a literally like a player that is an enforcer versus just like how it is now when someone like now there's still fights.
That's like saying is it necessary for like a left winger? Like, do we really need a left winger? Like, no.
But they still have fighting.
You don't need a left winger. Anymore, right? I mean, the 3-on-3 works is just as good. You know, watching the 3-on-3s during instead of overtimes.
Yeah, but the cameras pan away from the fights.
You don't need a left winger and a second defenseman, but it makes the game cooler having them there.
Like 2 years ago, Ovechkin just like cold clocked a guy, like knocked him out cold.
Yeah, motherfucker.
It's still, that's
and
what I'm
guess
saying.
what? That motherfucker's not going to start shit with someone like Ovechkin ever again.
I mean, it still exists.
But the fact I'm saying, like, they cut. So everything about the NHL in the last 20 years has been like softening the NHL and making it more of like a finesse game. Which is retarded because like people want to watch hockey because it's raw.
It's raw. Yeah, it's raw.
Like,
it's gritty.
That's what people are like.
It's the perfect combination of skill and rawness.
Like the everyday person who's not even a hockey fan, like once they see a hockey fight, they're like, "Holy shit, this is sick."
That's why we grew up. We grew up with one of the best generations of hockey.
Because it was a both.
Because it was the time where they mixed. You know, they started bringing the Russians in, right? They brought the Russians in, which brought the game of finesse,
high skill,
mixed with the old school brutality of
American
Canadian hockey, and it combined the two. So we got to watch the best of both worlds. And now they're trying to take it just to that Russian style of finesse hockey.
Swedish.
You know, I think it's going to just makes it more boring.
Which is no way, dude. They're scoring more goals than ever right now. This is the most exciting hockey you will ever see.
No,
an example of that is the last series.
I just said we watched the most exciting hockey there was.
No way, bro. The last series.
Yeah, but you like fucking soccer, so that's why you're thinking like that.
What about McKinnon and McDavid last series?
What about it?
You just said that was some of the best hockey you've ever seen.
I didn't say that. I said it was fucking great hockey.
It was great hockey.
It was great. It was great hockey, but I said the grit wasn't there, and I would have liked to seen more grit because that's what it would have made it fucking stand out.
Especially
if there was some more fucking.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be fights. It just has to be like.
I still think this is
after the whistle shenanigans, you know, shit like that. Just the stuff that stuff is part of hockey. It's part of it. I mean, that's what I did in hockey. That's what I still try to do when I play hockey. Is I play that role, just a way downsized version of it.
Yeah. It was better, dude. It was better.
I mean, I liked it back then too, but I think right now it's super high scoring.
Yeah, is that cool?
I like it.
I don't think it's.
I don't think it's that cool.
Maybe we're the OGs that are just saying that the new hip hop isn't good. You know what I mean? Like it's like we're attached to this generation of hockey, and I understand why. But to me, I'm like, if I see a 6-11 game or something like that, I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah,
like, to me that sounds
to
wrong.
Me sometimes it's too many goals.
Yeah, it's like what
for me. It's too many goals.
Somebody fucked up real. It's like that game.
Like, you guys are making this game easier.
They can't like
the game's getting easier.
They can't grip people and like hook them and stuff when they're on the way in without drawing a penalty.
Annoying.
So that's why like it makes it so that
you can't even play hockey.
Yeah,
and Mickey Redmond always says it.
Yeah, you can't even play hockey.
He always talks shit about how like they're pussifying hockey.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, so you would like a fight every game, basically.
No.
Okay.
No. It doesn't necessarily.
I'd like to see,
fight.
But playoffs though, I want to see a rivalry
intensity
building. I want to see
every time that there's a skirmish, don't pan the camera away.
Yeah, don't pan the camera.
What
exactly.
Are you doing?
I fucking hate that shit.
People don't even like this
because they replay it anyways.
Like people don't watch the sport.
They replay
because it's boring to them anyways. Hockey struggles. It's why it's not like not football.
They literally pan away.
You think that's why?
Because it's boring.
I think that a lot of times also, dude, they don't want to draw penalties. They know, all right, if we go down in the playoffs against a high skill team, we're gonna fucking lose. Like You know, it's risky. It's risky for them to get into a fight and have an enforcer in their lineup.
That's what we were talking about.
Well,
There's
that guy
there was
only
tactics.
played 4
there was-
minutes. The
there
game,
was
it'd
actual
be,
tactics for it.
They have to put a roster spot
Teams
together.
play good
There used-
shorthanded.
It used to be in the fucking NHL games,
kill
the
time.
video games,
Yeah.
You
the
can
video
kill
games.
time when you're shorthanded.
It would.
In the playoffs, you want to be shorthanded.
No, but you can though. I mean, there's a strategy to it. More probably regular season, like
Because you know what they would do? It would first off, an enforcer would go out there, whoop someone's ass. All right, it puts fear into the other team, especially if the enforcer beats the shit out of the other guy. Right, that's a loss. That's a loss for not only that person. All right, but it's a loss for the team. Yeah. Like, oh, our guy just got his ass fucking whooped. All right, that's an emotional and mental breakdown right there. Okay, it might not be a huge one, but it's still there. Then what it also does is it gets especially if it's a home game, it gets the crowd fucking amped, bro. It gets the crowd amped, and an amped crowd is going to influence players.
Yeah, you can get that hometown advantage.
You know, so if you're fucking down like 4 fucking goals, right, and like the end of the second or the third period or the beginning of the third period, dude, you throw an enforcer out there, go beat the fuck out of some dude, right? Gets your team amped, gets your crowd amped, and it breaks down the other team's mentality.
It's a Hail Mary.
Yeah. So I don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it in the playoffs.
You wouldn't exactly.
No,
you wouldn't do. You
playoffs-
wouldn't do it in the playoffs.
do it in the playoffs.
If
too.
you're down, if you
It happens in the
absolutely,
playoffs.
but
that's why you'd see it. You still see it. You do still see it happen. It's just not as. It's just not as good. You'll see teams that are down big, and then all of a sudden they're starting to hit more. They're starting to
it's like
check
Nazem
more. They're starting to get
you know?
more.
Like I'd like to see Bertuzzi in a playoff run. I want to see how that guy plays in a playoff run because he's gritty.
Yeah.
He's gonna start. He's gonna not take shit after the whistle. He's gonna
ride the line.
Same with maybe even Larkin because Larkin was kind of showing that role a little bit this year.
Yeah, Larkin don't fuck around.
Yeah, he doesn't fuck around. And Mo, Mo don't fuck around either.
No, don't fuck around.
So he's gonna be fucking people up.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I like this era, even though it's
Mo's
a little less
fucking
gritty.
people up in playoff run.
Yeah, you're just into this era. That's for sure.
I like it. Yeah,
like you're definitely into it.
Yeah. I mean, I never saw like the Dead Wing era. I heard that there was like an
neither
era.
did we.
Yeah, we never saw that.
No.
So, I mean,
yeah, we did kind of this last
5 years.
5 years
True.
is like that. But I don't know. I think that it's whack that they're even like the helmet thing. That's stupid. Like if they're gonna fight, let them fucking. They know what they're doing. Like no one's gonna die. I mean, someone might die. I don't know. You ever seen the guy in Buffalo get his throat slit?
I have seen that.
Yeah. Or Tyler Bertuzzi's uncle. Todd.
Yeah, that
he
was
fucking like
fucked up.
paralyzed somebody.
That was bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad.
That was bad. Yeah. He fucking just smoked, like just literally two-handed him in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
no,
that
he
was
punched
it.
him.
He punched him.
Yeah.
He punched him.
And that was it.
There is another
He
one.
cried.
There's
Shit.
another guy who did that to the guy on the Kings, the black guy on the Kings.
Okay.
He like two hands him in the back of the head.
Okay.
And it's probably one of the, you could look it up. I don't know. It's like probably one of the worst penalties ever in hockey. I can't remember the guy's name. He was in that Enforcer documentary.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember his name.
I don't know what to really search. Black guy, Kings, two hand to head.
Put Kings.
King's Peak. No.
Two
Two-handed
hands.
swicks. Yeah.
Let me see if this is it.
1985.
No.
Oh.
This isn't that
Doty drops.
Marty McSorley, right here. It had nothing to do with the black guy on the King.
Yeah,
Just
jeez.
shout out. But if you, no, yeah,
Okay, yeah, the black guy
On
on
the
the Kings is the
Canucks.
one that
yeah.
got it.
Okay, he ended up playing for the Kings. I
Did
think.
he die?
No, but here, did they show
I
it?
don't know.
They're gonna replay it.
Okay.
That was like the live view.
If you're watching on the YouTube, I have it popping up as soon as I replay this here.
I mean, was that
But
like the
this
last
was-
game he ever played as an NHL player?
Will you back it up for fuck's sake or something? so we can
Dude, this
see
is the
again?
beginning. It doesn't show it. It panned away from
Yeah,
it.
it pans away from it.
This is what you got. We can let it.
See, look at this. This is how he used to be, bro. That's exciting, bro.
That's what we want,
Are you
dog.
kidding me?
All right, hold on.
I just sent a thing to Jim.
Here you go. It's
today.
Yeah, it's right there.
I sent a video of Jim. I think it was 2 years ago, where one of the Avalanche players was skating near the. Got checked into the.
Oh,
Yeah. That
Oh, it
was
made
a-
him. It made him fucking cuss.
he's out.
It's like seizuring.
hit him in the side of the ear,
He's
side
like
of the head. I
seizuring.
don't know why he hit him there, but
Dude, that's such a bitch move, dude. Such a bitch. Back in the day, they used to do that shit all the time, though.
Oh yeah, bro. Like the 70s.
Oh,
and shit.
dude,
Like,
it-
that's what they, fucking two-hand you and shit.
Yeah, Mickey'd be about that.
Oh, there you go.
Well,
Snapshot.
I sent Jim a
Bingo.
video. The
Right.
2 years, an Avalanche player gets checked into the Red Wings bench, and they grab his stick on the bench.
I think
Okay.
Dougie Brown breaks it.
They fucking grab his stick, and the guy's trying to pull it, and he fucking, it's hard to see,
Like
but
spears him?
he spears Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi's on the bench, and he spears Bertuzzi because he's trying to get his stick back,
yeah,
and he like fucking like pokes him with it.
yeah.
And so they all fucking grab the dude and start pulling him into the bench. And then while he's in the bench, Bertuzzi drops his glove and fucking uppercuts the guy in the face.
I was
That's the
thinking-
shit I like to
That's
see,
like
man.
that's what we need,
You
bro.
know? Like, is that good sportsmanship? Is that dirty? Yeah.
But
you
you like
know?
it.
There's
Fuck it.
there's another instance where a guy, I thought it was the
Type in
same play,
Bertuzzi punches on bench.
but they take a guy's stick and he drops it in front of the bench, and then the team like
Oh
They
yeah,
pick his
that's
stick
old
up.
school Avalanche.
they pick his and they fucking break his stick.
That's the rivalry.
Yeah, that was during that era.
Yeah, he like drops his stick and they fucking grab
Oh,
it.
They
right
grab it.
They like
Right here,
reach
look,
for
look,
it.
look.
No, it's not.
It's this. They just showed it. Hold on, they're gonna show the
Go to
replay.
the replay.
See, they're like,
You gotta do the replay. Go towards the end.
yeah. Hold on, I don't want it to.
All the way towards the end. There it is. Right. So he gets checked in. They grab his stick. They hold on to it.
That's the shit. I'm
Now watch
talking about.
Bertuzzi. He jabs
Oh, yeah,
Bertuzzi.
yeah.
So Larkin pulls him in.
Oh,
and
he hits
then-
him right there. Yeah.
But he dropped his glove. And so everyone's calling him dirty, saying, like, people are like, oh, it's such a dirty shit. But it's really not, because he watch him. He jabs Bertuzzi, like, really fucking hard. And he's kind of just sitting there.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Just sit
You
there?
know?
What are you gonna fucking
he-
take a spear to the
Oh.
chest?
Yeah, he fucking spears him pretty damn hard.
You get
Like-
get fined for that.
That's pretty funny shit.
hmm
I mean, they were holding the stick, but whatever.
Yeah.
Who was that? Yeah, we don't know who the player
If
was.
you look up the old one, the old one's really cool too.
Zetterberg's right there.
It's very similar, actual.
I love that Larkin pulls him in so that Bertuzzi can punch
Yeah.
him in the face. But, all right, let's move on to something else. Enough hockey talk here.
All right.
Let's move on to some pop culture.
Pop it, baby.
All right, I finished Stranger Things.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't talk about that yet.
He hasn't watched it all, bro.
Oh, you started?
Yeah,
Where you at?
episode 1.
Damn.
Dude, I'm watching Game of Thrones,
Damn,
and it's
shut that shit
it's
off.
a lot.
Okay,
it's
shut
a
that
lot,
shit off.
dude.
Watch Stranger Things.
Dude, we're going to. We just started, so we can't. We're gonna do Stranger Things next week
Okay.
because we're gonna finish it.
Damn, that's all I
this
got.
week. That's all you got for pop.
No, I got
Did you
one
watch
more
it once
thing.
or twice or one?
I just watched it once.
Okay, so were you like at least were you happy?
No, yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for it. I mean, like, there's this big twist everyone's talking about. That the twist didn't get me.
Okay.
It didn't get me, but it wasn't like, I don't know. I think it didn't get me. And I'm not going to spoil it, but I don't think it's really a twist.
Okay.
But I think I'm just thinking that way, not because like I'm smarter than anybody. I just think because like when I watch shows a lot, like I think about like what would I do with a character?
Okay.
You know, like what would I do with this? So I think like
Yeah.
I just think like that
Okay.
when I'm watching shit. So it didn't really come to a surprise to me. I was just like, oh, this person
Makes
is
sense.
this, you know,
Yeah.
and
Game of Thrones keeps doing that to me too. It's like keeps having these little things that I feel like everyone like popped at. And I was like,
Yeah.
I saw that shit.
I
coming.
know.
Yeah.
What the
I've
fuck?
seen that shit
Both of
coming
you guys
from
are
a
like
mile
that.
away, like
yeah, like
a
this is
mile away.
Not even shocking.
yeah.
But it's a little predictable. But we're gonna do
Because I'm thinking like a writer when I'm watching it.
next week. We're gonna do a whole Stranger Things. We'll do the whole thing.
Yeah,
and we'll have spoilers and shit next week. And
It's a
so
lot of
watch
episodes.
Stranger.
You're gonna be able to watch it all before then.
Is it already both seasons?
No, just
are
the
out?
first one. It's like you have
So 7
6,
episodes.
7 more
Yeah.
episodes, but each one's like at least an hour.
well,
Yeah.
there's a couple that are like an hour and 30, hour and
Yeah.
40.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Are they? Look it up though. I've heard rumors, and I don't know if it's a rumor or not. Look up the last episode runtime, because I'm hearing like 2 hours or some shit. I've heard there's rumors about the last episode is gonna be like really long.
Time jump in the fifth.
No. Run. Season 4 finale is shorter than expected. Nope. Go
Epic
back.
episode runtime.
Go back. That one right under you.
This one.
Yeah.
It's shorter than expected.
Sure. Revealed by Strange Things is longer than. Okay, so runtime has been revealed by Stranger Things writers, and the episode is longer than most movies.
Okay. So it's
Keep
over
going.
an hour and a half, probably.
No, I think it's gonna be like over 2 hours. It's saying it's longer than most movies.
I think
bro.
I think most movies on average would probably go around the hour and a half,
hour and 40.
hour 40. Yeah.
Shorter than the original reported 2 hours and 30 minutes. Wow.
So it clocks. No, it clocks in at 2 hours and 19 minutes.
Yeah.
dude.
Okay.
So
That's
we're
pretty
getting
long.
a full fucking movie.
At the end. It's good.
The
That's
last
cool.
episode could be a full fucking movie,
That's
bro.
cool.
So
That's
they
how
got a
should-
lot of
that's how
shit
they should-
coming.
That's how all of them should do it.
Yes,
They
this
should
is
all do
how
that,
this is how
yeah.
shows should be,
Yeah.
and shows are turning like this.
Yeah,
so, like,
for sure.
what was the other show? I think the one where they played the game, the Korean one,
Oh,
Squid Games.
Squid Games.
Didn't that had longer episodes and shorter episodes?
Yes.
and,
Yeah.
and everything. That's how it should be. Just like do what the fuck you want.
Yep.
Do what the fuck you want.
Like a book, like a chapter in a book.
Yeah.
Like, is it 100 pages or is it 5?
Yeah.
No, but we'll do Stranger Things. We'll do a whole
No,
thing.
let's do
next
Stranger
week.
Things right now.
Okay.
You motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean,
Did
can
you like the first episode?
Yeah, I mean, I really
Did you
liked
see the
it.
Freddy Krueger stuff?
Yeah, there's a lot of like Masonic and devil stuff in
Oh,
it too.
Like what?
whole
Oh, like there's a big
The whole
big
thing
yeah,
is.
the whole thing is. But they touch on the fact that I love the Dungeons and Dragons, how they
satanic
satanic stuff. But then they do like he does this left eye thing. The guy who's running the Dungeons and Dragons game,
Okay.
he's like, "You close your
Oh
left
yeah, he does.
eye."
He did say that.
And he's like, I'm like,
Okay.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So did
Yeah.
I just partake in some
Some
sort
ritual.
of
Yeah.
ritual?
Yeah, this Stranger Things is definitely a ritual that we're watching.
Yeah.
No,
but it's good. The Freddy Rachel said she's like this is like Nightmare on Elm Street. Like she's called it out. I was like, yeah. I was like, it's
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
and Enzo told me that it kind of strays away from that, but it actually goes heavier.
At
Heavier
the end,
into it?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
at the
I
end.
mean,
It's 'cause
But you've never seen
because your
Nightmare
ass
on
never
Elm
seen
Street.
Nightmare on Elm
I
Street.
never saw it. Yeah.
Or
Same
know
thing with
the
Joe,
lore.
dude. I hit up Joe asking him if he watched Stranger Things, and he's like, yeah, we started it, and I was like, yeah, do you see the Nightmare on Elm Street? He's like, I've never seen that,
Yeah. I don't
or
Even if
or
you-
RoboCop.
Never
That's
seen
what he
either
said?
once.
Yeah.
I haven't
I
either.
was
made
like,
the
bro,
connections?
you need to fucking rent RoboCop. He's like, I don't know if I'm gonna rent that. Maybe if there was a video store still around.
What?
What?
We're gonna
No,
do
you should watch. Everybody should watch RoboCop.
We're gonna do an episode with Joe and Dan here coming up. I think that's what we should do with one of those weekend days that we do. We'll do a
That'd be
little
cool.
the whole crew. The fucking what is it? The spring break crew. That'd be everyone,
Yeah.
right? Going
Yeah.
back. We'll do a whole Bahama theme. Everyone wear
I already got the
shirt.
flower shirt,
Yeah,
so we're
everyone's
good.
got
I
one.
got it. I got that.
I think I'm gonna have to watch it again though.
Okay.
RoboCop.
No, Stranger Things 4. I'm just gonna have to.
Oh,
Yeah, I kind of want to rewatch the whole series. Because there's I was watching some Easter eggs, and there's a lot of Easter eggs. Like people are talking about how like the clock chiming. I'm not spoiling anything,
Mhm.
but the clock chimes have been in since season 1. Like anytime the Demogorgon
Mhm.
yeah.
showed up and shit, the music you hear clock chimes
Okay.
in it.
Interesting.
So like it's saying that they've been planning this for a long time.
I wish
Like-
they would have had a series recap at
You
the
know.
beginning.
They have them
They had
if
a
you go
season
into
3.
Netflix.
Oh, they do.
Like they have the episodes.
Yeah,
in
you always
between.
got to go into like you got to go
Select episodes.
select episodes and go all the way down, and it gives you trailers, and usually there's a season recap.
See, I didn't dive deep enough into Netflix. I just went
Yeah.
homepage, click.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So we started. Well, okay. So I'm rewatching it, but it's Melissa's first time. I'm rewatching The Boys on Amazon.
Oh, you've been talking about this show for a minute.
Well, the third season just dropped, and so I wanted her to watch it, and so I'm rewatching the first 2 seasons before I start the third one. And it's a great fucking show, man. Like, I think everyone should be watching this show too. Have you ever heard of it?
I know what it is.
Negative.
You have Amazon Prime?
Yes.
You like superhero movies?
Yeah, depends. But
like
yeah,
good
I can
superhero
get into
movies?
it. Yeah, I can get into it.
Yeah, you do. You just told me you watched Batman 3 times in a row.
Yeah. That was a good one though.
So, okay, so this is a really good superhero movie, but it's basically, this is about basically like the think of the Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Justice League in this show, but they're called the 7, right? And you got like your Superman, your Wonder Woman, your Flash, your Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
This is an original superhero movie.
Well, it's based off it is a graphic novel, but it's a graphic novel off of like a like a lower
side, like indie.
indie like
company.
Image or something.
Yeah.
It's not Image, but or Dark Horse, but something like that. Okay, but anyways, it's basically, so they have this Justice League, the 7, but they are corporately owned. They're part of a corporation called Voight. I think it's Vought. But basically, so they're ran as a corporation, and like they are like, they got to get, they're each worried about their points on their social media and shit like that, right?
Okay.
And then you find out that they're all assholes.
Okay.
Like, they're all pieces of shit, especially the Superman one. They're like corrupt and like evil and and
is that James Vanderbeek?
No.
Looks
This
like
guy's
him.
fucking great, dude. This guy is fucking fantastic. He's the Superman, right?
Doesn't he look like James Vanderbeek?
He does look like,
motherfucker.
yeah. It's so, I'm trying to explain this. So basically, what happens is the main character. We follow this main character is this younger dude, and his girlfriend is killed on accident by one of the 7 members.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
And so during that process, he's starting to slowly find out that these guys are assholes, right? And these are like people he looked up to and like has posters of in his room and shit like that. And then Carl Urban's character, who's called Bill the Butcher, comes in and says, like, hey, I need your help to get back at these motherfuckers. And basically, they start this team they're basically getting back at the 7. And like, you find out there's some corruption going on and that they're trying to uncover the stuff that's happening. But it's just funny because you're finding out like there's like a scene where, he takes Bill the Butcher, his wife got raped by the Superman character. All right. And she like killed herself afterwards. So he has like this huge vendetta. Right. Yeah. And there's like a scene where he takes Dewey, which is the younger dude. He takes him to this like support group where it's people that have been were basically collateral damage to the set from superheroes, and you hear their stories, and it's like people in wheelchairs, like this girl's in a wheelchair, and it's because like, the superhero saved her life by like catching her, but he broke her back in the process. Right. And then like this one guy was talking about how he was dating this superhero who her powers was to freeze. Like she turned to ice.
Okay.
And they were fucking. And when she climaxed, she froze for like a second while she orgasmed, while his dick was inside of her, and his dick froze off and broke off and shit, So it like gets into that. It's hyper violent. It's just, it's like, it has fun with superheroes. It's things you never think of.
Yeah.
Like if superheroes were careless and reckless, like these we're talking about people that have powers doing shit. Like, people are gonna get hurt, right?
Yeah.
Like that would be realistic.
Yeah, that's why like Deadpool's cool and shit.
Yeah.
Because it shows like people
So
dying.
yeah, so it's hyper violent and it's just a really good fucking show. And I advise you to watch it. Start
Okay.
watching it.
I got too much shit going on right now, dog. To be adding
Well, Enzo
another
don't.
show.
I'm probably gonna watch Stranger Things again, but I might
No,
watch this.
Watch The Boys instead.
All right.
All right, you just watched.
Now we'll check it out so we can chat about it.
Yeah, watch The Boys. Carl Urban's all the casting is fucking fantastic in it. Like
No, that's what that
all
guy's
the
name
acting is really really good in it. Carl Urban right there. He plays Dredd. Did
Okay.
you see the Dredd movie? Judge
No.
Dredd movie?
No.
Oh, he's badass in that too.
I've never seen the new Judge Dredd.
Really?
No.
Yeah, it's really good. It's like really, they did a really good job because they just took it and they copied the this like really famous like Asian movie called, I think it's called The Tower.
Yes,
Or
I've heard
the
of that.
not The Tower, it's something like that.
I know what you're talking about.
Where it's all takes place in one building and they got to climb up to levels, right? So they basically just took that concept with Dredd because it was low budget, and they applied it to in Judge Dredd, where he goes into this apartment complex that's like 80 or like 300 floors high, and he's got to get to the top, and everybody in there is trying to kill him. But he does, and he never takes off his helmet. That's another cool thing. Not this one. It's called just Dredd. That's the Stallone one, which is not good. But yeah, Carl Urban's really good in it. He's a hard ass in it, and it's crazy because, like I said, he never takes off his helmet, which is a very unusual thing for big star actors to agree to.
Okay.
Like all these superhero movies we're watching, like you see them out of their helmets more than you see them in their helmets.
Yes.
Because they want that face time, right? That's what they want. They all want face time and shit.
So it made the Joker so good.
And Dredd, Carl Urban agreed to never take off his helmet. And you only see you don't even see his eyes. But that one's hyper violent and shit too.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that.
And that's what I got.
I haven't watched shit, man. Besides Game of Thrones, man.
Okay.
But I think, I don't know, did we end up talking about the Flat Earth documentary?
Not yet.
Okay, because I did.
We brought it up.
I watched about 4.5 hours.
Okay, I'm 3 hours into it.
Yeah,
because I've been watching it during my lunches, and like I've been only watching it in like 20-minute increments.
What's it called again?
It's called The Lost History of Flat Earth.
Yeah, so that was last episode we talked about. We were going to check it out.
Yes.
And yeah, I listened to it, which is weird. And it's kind of.
Oh, you just listen to it?
No, I'd put my phone up and like at work, like, and have it there, but mostly listen to it. And you were like, it was like watching the Da Vinci Code without the picture, or reading the Da Vinci Code without the pictures.
Yeah.
It's kind of almost like reading the Da Vinci Code without the words.
Okay.
Or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's good though. It's really good.
So my take on it is you need to watch this with a pen and pad.
Yeah,
you need to be taking notes on this shit, okay? Because like I'm 3 hours into this bitch, right? And he hasn't even talked about flat Earth yet.
What's he talking about?
He hasn't even talked about flat Earth. He's basically talking about Tartaria. Okay, it's like watching this documentary. I think it's so well done, like explanation wise. It's so well done. It's like listening. It's like learning about Tartaria but he doesn't mention Tartaria. He's just talking about the same shit. Like how buildings are older than we think they are. They're used for different reasons than we think they were. Like we inherited entire cities and then we're told that we built them, right? But they were already here. So it's like learning about Tartaria and like flat Earth, but in a lecture hall at like fucking Harvard.
What does that mean though? They were already here.
It means that he's saying there was a depopulation and a great reset. Oh. So there was at some point there was a great reset where there was a global, highly evolved, highly advanced civilization that it was global. It wasn't just like regional or
Mhm.
country based. It was continent based. It was global, and there was a catastrophe that happened,
Mhm.
whether it was planned or not. There was some type of depopulation thing that happened, and then a repopulation program. And when the repopulation program occurred, bad people were in charge of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so bad people came up from it and basically was like, all right, we have to hide all this shit that shows everybody the power of our being. And basically, this old civilization, this old world, basically had the world was they set up the world as an entire power grid. Like all the buildings they built, everything was they made everything a power grid. So there was free energy everywhere. It was all ran off of vibration, sound, and water, and electricity. Like that's how everything ran and worked. Healing, fucking energy, just like everything was based off of vibration, sound, electricity, and water. And he's just explaining. He explains why he thinks this, and
You gotta check this out.
does
Enzo.
does video shows you
This
pictures.
is more important than The Boys.
No, you can still watch The Boys. I'm watching The Boys and watching this. I'm just saying, like this, he does. I think he and like again, like I don't know who this guy is. This guy could be. This guy could be making up every single thing he's telling me, right? Because I don't know shit about electromagnetism and shit. I don't know how coils and shit work, right? But so this guy's telling me how it works and what these things are supposed to look like and shit like that. So he could be making it all up. I don't know.
It's literally just
but
like
whatever
Europa.
he's doing, he's fucking convincing me.
Yeah.
All right, he's convincing me. And like I said, it's like learning about Tartaria and flat Earth, but through while in a lecture hall at fucking Michigan State University.
Yeah.
Like as if a college professor is teaching you.
Yeah. This reminds me of.
All right, it's mind blowing. It's fucking mind blowing. And if you're into this shit, if you think we're being lied to about our history, you need to watch this documentary. Dude, this guy, I don't know, you're farther ahead of me, but there's a point where this guy just told me that Nikola Tesla, someone I fucking love, this guy comes out and was like, dude, Nikola Tesla is bullshit. And he's a fucking puppet, part of the plan.
How do you know?
You know? So it's like, what? So like he's blowing my mind, being like, what the fuck? Like
yeah,
he's saying Teslas?
Aren't you kind of like, I texted you this when I watched it. It's like it's not as surprising because as you uncover the facts of them hiding and rewriting history in real time, like we're watching it happen now.
Yeah,
it's like a lot of this shit isn't even that mind blowing. That Tesla was probably part of it.
It's not the fact that like the things he's telling me are like, oh my god, I can't believe that's what's happened. Like that's a possibility. Like I can't believe that. It's just what's mind blowing about it is how well he explains it, how well he breaks it down, how well he shows. Hey, every fucking major city around the world has these fucking things in it. Here's all the pictures of the same geometry in the architecture here in every fucking major city around the world, you know? And this is why they all have the same exact architecture and the same exact geometry flowing through them, you know? Like in breaking down why that is and what they did and what the purpose of that was. That's what's mind-blowing about it. It's almost like this documentary is almost too good. In that sense, like,
and if you've ever been into,
who are these people?
If you've ever been into, Graham Hancock or Robert Schoch or even like Ancient Aliens, if you touch space and that stuff, you see like it's this idea that these structures are all made with a purpose. Like they didn't do it. They didn't do this just because it looked pretty.
Yeah,
like they did this stuff because. Like a church's organ has a purpose. It's not just for no reason that
they made them so big and
huge and they
intricate.
Yeah, I mean it's just
like the idea that
they were healing.
They just did this. They did this without power tools. They made these fucking cathedrals and everything with horse and buggy and no power tools and shit, and like put that much detail and time.
And then you look at
for looks.
Hold on, pause it right where you just were, Enzo.
Our castles.
So now, like,
this
look
design
at
is all over the world.
Yeah,
because it's like the best way to make castle battlements.
That's what you're told.
That's what we're told.
That's
what you're
told.
Look at the way the
That's
walls
what
are.
you're
Yeah,
told.
look at the way the walls are. It's up on a hill, and then all the walls are curved. So if you shoot a cannon at it, they're more likely to bounce off than break right directly through. That's why they build it that way. But that's what they say.
Yeah, and
his idea makes more sense. They were built like this because it provided free energy to the whole.
Because he talks about how like all
Maybe
these
maybe it did both of those
for like
things.
1,000
Like, yeah.
miles.
Maybe it did both of those
sure,
things.
no, it definitely probably had
Sacred geometry, like
yes, and
you know,
and
someone
they look
figured
at
all
like
that out.
the
and
moats and stuff, like the moats and the waterways running through these places are all used
he's
for
saying,
like
he's saying they're not moats.
no, they're like
that's not
power
what they
plants.
were. Like castles weren't for defense. Like that's what they
all
weren't
of these
that. They were
rocks
power
are
plants.
able to like hold a charge.
They were turned into defenses and shit like that.
Or maybe they were able to be both. Like maybe like it goes back to like you said. Well, I don't know. Is this all about sacred geometry? The concept of it.
A lot of it
goes into that about it and everything.
Yeah.
So basically, he
Keep
breaks
letting
down
it
like
play a little bit.
you know why.
And they show like these shapes, like they show these things of
That's
why
crazy right there. Like,
why
that
the
looks
building is
insane.
built that way. Like he shows them in like electrical. He'll show it as like an example of like how a circuit is built or something too. He'll be like, "Look at this. This is the whole."
Yeah, like this is a thing
That's
that makes
insane.
us. Yeah, so it's hard to explain this to
Yeah.
people because like again. I don't know shit about electromagnetism or fucking magnets or basically electricity and shit. So like I can't explain it. So when I try to explain this documentary to people, I'm like a 4-year-old explaining
like
what this guy's trying to tell me.
The ICP, how do magnets work?
Magnets, how do they work?
You sound like
How
that.
do those work? You know?
That's
I wanna
they
watch it,
base,
though.
motherfucker. ICP
So-
based as fuck, right? So it's hard to explain this to people, or hard to convince people of what this guy's telling you or telling me, because I can't explain. That's why it's so well done.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, like, when you watch it, you like grab a pen and paper and take fucking notes. On
I
this
seen
shit.
a comment that it should
Because-
just be called "The Lost History as We Know It" or something
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah.
Not of flat
Yeah,
Earth.
the flat Earth part like,
almost shills you off.
Shows you off, yeah.
Almost because it's just a good ass history lesson.
Yeah, like I said, 3 hours in, no talk of flat Earth at all.
Similar to how Europa is.
Similar to how
constructed.
Europa,
Yeah.
and then also similar to the
I don't
Asha
know if it's
logos.
Europa you guys are speaking of.
Very similar.
Very similar to Asha's logos.
Yeah.
It's exactly how his videos are. It's like art, music, and then his voice in the background.
Yeah.
This guy does a couple weird transition things that they throw you off a little bit when you're watching it or listening to it. Like he does these kind of corny lecture-esque transitions. You know, where he's like, "Wait, we'll almost be there," or something like.
Oh yeah, I like those.
I
though.
know.
They lighten it up.
It does, but it's kind of corny.
You're like, I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah. But at the same time, you are like, yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, I was thinking that. But you know,
And I was like, hold on, how
like
does this have to
like
do
he's
with
saying,
flat Earth?
he'll show you like something that like has to do with like electric currents, like machines
Like
we
a
use,
practical
like a
machine
machine
we
we
use.
use today that you know produces electrical currents and everything like that. And he shows you that, and then shows you the shapes of these things, these buildings and everything, and like it's exactly that thing, just like 1,000 times bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have you? Yeah, it reminds me of like when they do like the universe in the eye or something like that. When they
Yeah.
like show you like, oh, you know, you're made up of the universe. Like that's how this is. But he's pretty much telling you the universe isn't real either. But it's like that. It's like an idea of like we're looking at these things at like a macro sense, but at this time they were using this stuff on a micro sense a macro sense of using the world as the power plant.
Yeah, like the ether, like the idea of that.
Like we try to make it small right now, and we're we're
in computers,
we're making these little worlds. I'm sure in the process of it,
metaverses.
Yeah. But at one point in time, all this shit was designed to produce electricity. And
Yeah, like
power.
everything. Our world is based off that. Like the ether is running. Like basically, the ether is God.
Didn't this shit
Is God? Like,
Holy Spirit.
Is the Holy Spirit. Like this.
Don't you want to send this to Tripoli and be like, dude?
Yes!
This is
Yes!
what the ether
yes,
is.
this is what
'Cause-
you need to watch, bro.
Yes, for
Yeah,
sure.
Tripoli needs to fucking see this.
This
shit.
made a lot of Sam Tripoli's tinfoil hat podcast make a lot more sense.
Yes. Yep.
Because this guy really breaks down the idea of what Tartaria is and what.
But he's
the
not
ether
saying
is.
Tartaria.
No,
though.
he's not. But
He's
that whole
not-
idea.
Yeah, it's not Tartaria. It's just that realm.
Yeah.
It's the same
It's
idea.
just like what really happened. You mean? Like
Yeah, just like the idea that we're just being lied to. Like the whole. I think the goal of his thing is that your entire existence is a lie.
Yeah.
By design, it was a lie, and the 1800s was used. The 1800s was like the
Last time anything was
no, like the 1800s was like the repopulation portion of it, and he goes into this with like incubators and shit that happened like at the world fairs, and how like in the 1800s all the greatest authors like Dickens and everything that coming out, like all the great stories of the 1800s and shit all had to do with orphans. Like there's always orphans involved.
Yeah.
Because there were so many fucking orphans. There was all these orphans during this time. And
real quick. We keep
so
talking about this.
these orphans then become the repopulation of our world, and the 1800s was basically like the cover up of everything that happened.
Yeah, like what did happen?
Like that's when they started. The 1800s was this whole period of like turning these power plants into, oh, this is a church. This is a church, and then raising these orphans that are repopulating the world, raising them to be like teaching them that's a church. That's where we talk about God,
What? But yeah.
How far that goes? So timeline wise, I don't know. I'm not there yet. Like I said, man, you got to watch this thing about 4 times.
About the Great Reset, dude. It's like, are we in it right now?
Another one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would think so, maybe. Or some type of one coming. But watch this shit. Watch The Boys when you get home, though.
The Boys?
Yeah, watch The Boys when you get home. Watch this shit, like.
Yeah, I know he is. He's like, yeah, watch it when you get home, though. First thing, right away.
No, so
the whole world is a lie, and everything is falling apart. But when you get home, go watch
The Boys.
This pointless superhero movie
on Amazon.
On Amazon.
No, he was like, "You think the reset's coming? Great reset's coming?" I'm like, "Yeah, probably." Watch The Boys.
Watch The Boys though when you get home
on Amazon.
No, but
so watch this. It's if you want to watch it at home, I figured out the best way to just find it real quick is you just type in The Lost History of Flat Earth Part Full, FULL. Like instead of Part 2 or Part 3, just type in Part Full. And usually that brings up the first one that comes up is usually the one. As long as it's like 5 hours. So just check.
I'll put the link in the bio of the whole episode, so you'll see that link in the bio. Just check it out because it's for sure worth checking out.
And if you're not into this, there's some dry parts. There are dry parts because he's getting into like.
No, it's a lecture. It's for real a lesson.
Yeah,
it's a lesson. But what's cool about it to me was I've always been into this shit, like I said, with Graham Hancock.
Yeah.
And what it made me realize what they're doing is like, they're like, yo, they're figuring out this reset that happened, before this reset that they're talking about right now. So once again, it's like how I always say, like, if you can accept the idea that you're living in a simulation and don't think that that's crazy, then I don't understand how you can not accept the idea that you're living on a plane, a Earth that's a plane. Because, so it's like if you can accept the idea that the ancient Egyptians and everything, and that there was a reset and Atlantis was real, like what's to make you believe that didn't happen 400 years ago, 200 years ago?
Let's go back to The Matrix, right? The movie The Matrix that we all think, is more of a documentary type and hidden in plain sight, like they talk about in the Matrix, the Second Matrix, they talk about how there were previous matrices before that, and there was resets.
And in Egypt, they were talking about how there was a civilization before theirs that was great and powerful, and that's where the story of Atlantis comes from.
The Egyptians, there's ideas that the Egyptians might have inherited the fucking pyramids.
Yeah.
I mean, they pretty much know that they inherited the Sphinx.
Yes.
By
water erosion.
And it was just that these kings and shit, all these kings, these egotistical kings went and they wrote their names on everything. They went and graffitied all their names
Drew-
on
yeah,
all
drawing
the
it.
statues and shit, and said, "Oh, look, I built this."
Yeah, Khafre's
you
pyramid,
know?
but it's not Khafre. He just stole that from someone else and called it his.
Yeah, so he looked like a god.
Yeah,
Look what I built.
but
for
really, 5,000 years before that, people were using that as a power plant,
you. Yeah.
and that's what we
That's what the
don't.
video's about. But we don't.
Yes.
It's like, how do they?
But this
Like,
is
how do
talking about
we-
200 years ago.
Yeah.
They were using all of these structures as a power
in the same-
plant.
in the same way.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I don't know where the timeline falls, so that's why I'm getting confused. Like, did ancient Rome happen? Was ancient Rome real? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or was that all? Those were all power plant shit too.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's why all
you
the
know,
shit
is that
looks
all?
the same.
Is that all that history fake then? Like, is the ancient Rome, ancient Greece history fake?
Well, that's what like
You know.
Randall Carlson and
Uh-huh.
Graham Hancock are telling you is that yes, a lot of that prehistory is fake.
Yeah,
Like it's all made up. They were lying about it.
yeah, they're lying about it to keep us because like like I said, the idea is the reset happened, and then the people that took over had bad intentions. Or power
they
hungry.
caused that reset.
Power. They saw
they
saw a
caused the
chance.
reset, and
They
yeah.
they could have, but it doesn't make sense that they would have this like great society and then
Have you ever seen the video of that doctor that goes and like talks to that former governor of like Minnesota? She talks to him in a plane hangar, and she talks to him about the great culling that's coming and how they're coming from vaccines.
yeah, I think I've seen clips.
Yeah, she kind of makes
Well,
me sound
so
just like that.
well, now there's another one happening. And that's
Yeah,
what I mean.
That's what I think too. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you look it up. Don't they have a website like the greatreset.com or the
Yeah, they got a book.
they got a
and
book?
shit, and
I mean, that's
the World Economic Forum.
it couldn't be any more transparent now with it.
Like 3 days ago. Guess what happened? Another fucking chicken farm burnt down to the ground.
Yeah.
Over 200,000 chickens burned to death at an egg farm.
They're writing history and rewriting history right in real time right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Yep. They did the same thing with the 2020 election. They just
Yeah.
wrote it
Yeah.
as the night went on.
So so what this guy's talking about is that this happens.
I believe it.
This happened, and I've always thought that kind of, like always
New
thought,
Matrix.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was to this level though up until very recently. I didn't realize like.
I like your alchemy shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
I just saw that. Sweet.
Thank you.
And now, understanding more about alchemy,
Yeah.
in this documentary, he really like hammers in a lot of cool facts about all of that and how. I mean, come on, man. They're
Come on,
I
man.
saw a theory
Yeah.
about the Matrix, or someone
That
said
Joe
something
Biden.
about how Neo is actually the devil in the Matrix, and like the architect is God.
Yeah,
Like, when he
we
talks-
talked about that.
Did we talk about
Yeah,
that?
a little
Did I bring
bit.
that up?
Yeah.
Okay. And like how like when he meets the architect, like that's actually God, and he's talking about like the great reason. Oh, I got to reset you.
What's
We're
funny
gonna
to me
reset you.
is that
There's
all
always
these
one of you.
stories are told forever. Like humans are always whispering of this time of before. So
Yeah.
what is it? Is it like programmed into the human to be curious of that? Like why are we curious of that? Of what happened before? Is that part of it? Like to get us thinking. Now this makes me kind of want to talk a little bit about nostalgia. This might be So what that makes me think about is this idea of nostalgia and how nostalgia is being used and weaponized right now. And that's why it's really prevalent in social media. It has these stories and these things, and you're building these times, and you're looking back at these times and feeling a connection to these times. And
Yeah, Stranger Things.
yeah, Stranger Things is all based off nostalgia. And all you're seeing is someone be like, oh, look what happened 2 years ago. And so it has you constantly thinking of the past. And I don't know if we talked about how nostalgia could create anxiety through because you're
No.
not thinking of present.
Okay.
So what you're doing is you're constantly thinking of the past, and it's kind of narcissistic in a sense too, because you're only thinking of yourself. So all these things we see, these tools of narcissism and nostalgia being used like right now in real time. That's how they're using control. I can't remember exactly what my point of how that tied into this, which is the secret hideout random shit button kind of threw me off, but I'm not gonna lie. But do you understand what I'm saying though? Like how like that everything, and if you watch the Super Bowl, all the commercials were like hammered on nostalgia. Like it was everything about society right now is hitting on these nostalgic points, and it's touching on these nostalgic. I think nostalgia is a form of, or they're weaponizing it at least. I don't think it's necessarily bad to be nostalgic, but I think that right now it's being weaponized in real time and we can see it.
Yeah.
To cover up stuff too. And also to rewrite history, as we were talking about, to use it to be like, oh, you know, we have all this documentation of what's happening, you know, like with the news and everything, and this is a new tool that they're using to in order write their story the way that they want it to be written, or it wants it to be written. I think we're supposed to call it now.
Again and again, yeah.
Sorry to misgender it, or they.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah. Because yeah, you know what I mean. Like it's constantly making it, like I really see it with like all the Snapchat look backs and Facebook. What's that shit called? Like memories. It's like, oh, this is where I was, and it's keeping like old people from growing up. So it's like it's holding you down from becoming the person that you're supposed to be.
You're like stuck in the past.
You're stuck in this past.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm getting got by it. I see it happening.
Yeah.
I don't know what the solution is or anything. I think the idea is more to think present, and if you're thinking in the present and in the time, then you'll have less worries and anxiety and stuff like that. I think that's a part of healing and being in touch with that higher level, higher vibration.
The ether.
Speaking on, like, I'm going off topic here, but speaking on the ether and flat earth and everything, the Maryland Science Center put out about how they were talking about how oxygen in its gaseous form has no color, but in its liquid or ice form, it's a pale blue. Someone was talking about how, well, what's above us? Where have they seen, like, and they show like what it looks like in this blue, and type in plus blue oxygen keep Maryland Science Center. Basically it's the color of the sky. And someone's saying, like, yeah, because we've seen that color before because our sky is made of ice. When sun hits it, it's ice. And this is the color it is. And that's like our dome, basically.
Interesting.
You know, because above that is an ocean. So beyond that is water.
Yeah.
You know, and we're able to see through it. We're able to see through it when there's no light hitting it.
Like the dark, like you look at,
you ever see through it, and that's why stars look like they're underwater.
Have you ever paralleled the sky by looking in water, or like seen like photos of deep ocean and it paralleled the night sky or the cosmos? Because
type in blue oxygen.
That is what are you looking at it on? You just send it to him.
It was a tweet. I took a screenshot of it.
Or you just send me it real quick. I can send it to him.
There it is, right there. That's what it looks like.
It looks pretty cool.
Looks like the fucking sky, don't it?
I mean, it just looks like some blue bubbles right now. What is it?
Like in the cup.
Like so look at everyone.
Like,
everyone,
look in the cup.
If you go to our YouTube video,
like the sky
you tell me. We go to our YouTube video. This is why the Earth is flat.
It's just interesting. It's just another thing to think about.
No, it is.
That this is what it looks like when it's frozen, and that's the same color as our sky. You know, and when the sun is a certain, when light's hitting it from a certain distance, certain angle, it changes colors, red and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of like the guy goes into it in the flat Earth thing. He doesn't talk about this specific thing, but he talks about what happens when light hits certain gases and shit like that, or not gases, electromagnet,
Yeah.
fields.
Yeah.
And it
And it
changes
creates
colors
the
and
color of the
everything.
sky. Yeah. I don't understand how that. So you're saying that the dome, the firmament is ice wall?
Yeah, the firmament would be ice as well.
Okay.
Which is why we shot nukes at it and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In Project Fishbowl.
Why doesn't it?
It's so crazy.
What
During Project Fishbowl, we launched nukes.
does it
into
melt?
The sky.
Is that how we get rain?
Maybe, I don't know.
Is that how we get? Is that how we get clouds in the sky?
I don't know.
Well,
bro.
I think rain could still operate how it operates.
Well, yeah, but don't you think
but
that's what's creating the moisture? Then
could
wouldn't it be?
Could be.
Well, I mean, and that sounds
That could be our meteors
childish.
or meteors and shit like that. Think chunks falling off and shit, falling.
Just falling. Yeah.
Right.
What now? Why did they? I wonder what the story is with Starfish Prime and all these attempts to blow up the atmosphere.
Operation Fishbowl and shit.
Yeah.
To get through. Bunch of demons on the rockets trying to get back into heaven. That's what it is.
What's their official story though?
Oh, their official story, I think, is to see what would happen if you
blew up their atmosphere.
If you blew up a nuke in
the
space.
sky. Yeah, in space.
But they're really, again, a bunch of demons trying to get back into heaven.
I like my idea of the sun creating rain off of the ice wall.
Back onto this, as we know.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah,
it's
like something in there.
Well, no, but if you think about it, if it's heating up the ice wall, it's going to create moisture in the air, and all rain is
I don't think
moisture
that's just
in the
rain.
air.
Because you can make like a you can make your own, what are they called, like terrarium or whatever. Like those people, you take a big like glass jug.
Now make it as big as this the dome on the
But
Earth.
I'm saying itself, like you put all the plants and stuff in there, and then you put a cork on that bitch, and it stays alive for like 100 years because it self-regulates.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening in the dome.
But there's no ice in there. Like it's gonna rain. It basically rains in there itself.
Yeah, but I want to see it made with a big fucking ice thing.
Ice over it, an ice one.
Yeah, I mean, it would. I think depending on the size of how far away the firmament is from the heat source, then it would be, it would be creating moisture. And why it snows in certain areas of it is because the moisture there is colder and the sun's further away from it. I don't know. It sounds terrible, but I get it. I get it.
What are you looking up?
Starfish Prime. That's like one of the tests in Operation Fishbowl.
Okay. What was that?
That was just I thought it was the picture of Starfish Prime, but I guess not. It's this one.
So, on the topic of this, while we're still on it, as you know, as we talked about, I watch Big Bang Theory all the time, right? So, in season 6, episode 1 is about one of their members of the group goes to space, right? And he joins he goes to space on a space mission. And so they do this season 6 episode 1 is like him in space, and he's like calling back, and it shows him in the space station and he's floating and everything, and they show all these space images. And it does a really good job. They do a really good job like showing things floating and him floating, and everything looks pretty real. And I'm like, okay, well, how much is a budget of an episode, like, and I think it was like anywhere from $1 to $9 million, right, per episode on budget. But then you got to think most of that budget, right, by this time in the show's run, season 6, most of that $9 million per episode is going towards cast contracts. You know what I'm saying? Like paying these people. That's where most of that $9 million is going. Is to the stars. So we got to drop down like at least $6 or $7 million to the actual budget of the production of the show. All right, so we're looking at anywhere between like $1 million to like $3 million per episode on actual production. And then you see what they are able to accomplish on such a budget, all right, with their imagery of space. Now think of
Billions?
an agency that is making that gets $23 billion. So what's the math on that, Enzo? If they get 23, well, figure it out. They get $23 billion a year to spend, all right, of our money. How much do they get to spend a day? So what would you do? 23 billion times or divided by
365.
365? No, just you know, okay, per day.
23.3 billion. All right. How many?
You guys, let me just do. I'll just do the fucking math on my computer or on
Thank
my
you.
phone.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
How many zeros is 23? Is a billion?
12.
2, 3,
No,
4,
9.
5, 6,
Right?
7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Divided by
365.
365
That'd be per year.
equals.
No, per day.
What is that? 63 million?
Yeah.
This is science. This is secret hideout science.
I know. I was trying to hit that.
Oh, okay.
You guys were being too quiet too, so I had
1,
to do
2,
something.
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's $63 million a day, bro.
Mm-hmm.
A day.
Mhm.
So per episode, they get at least $63 million. You know? I was just saying, it's just funny because, like, Big Bang did a good job portraying space.
With that much, and so
With that much.
you
So
wonder how
imagine
much
what
NASA
this
could do?
company that's strictly there to lie to you, possibly there to lie to you and deceive you with a budget of $63 million a day can do.
Why
And
can't I
technology
find
that
this
you're
scene?
not allowed to know even exists yet. What are you trying to look for? You're not even listening to what I'm saying.
No, I mean it's okay. I'll listen to the podcast.
Oh, here it is. Yeah. There.
This is what I was looking for.
So we're watching on our YouTube. Jim brought it up on the YouTube. Some things, and it shows some things floating and stuff. And
Is that guy's body just shaped like that?
yeah, he's a
Okay.
nerd. You know, and I'm not saying like it's perfect. I'm just saying like
Yeah, but this show isn't perfect either.
exactly like it's got.
Yeah, you watch Nolan do it, and that shit's gonna look real when they go to Artemis. Yeah, I mean, if space is fake, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean, look up YouTube the first man in space video. I think it's Russian.
This one?
Nope. It should be in
Yuri Gagarin.
should be in like black and white. You should be able to find it.
Should be able to find this actually pretty easy, to be honest.
I just Googled it.
No, I'm just being. Why isn't it like the top search on Google?
It is this Yuri Gagarin.
Yeah,
guy.
but these are like things on him. I want like the footage, his first man in space footage, or first space footage or something. I don't know. Not the moon landing. Keep going, you might find it.
YouTube's gonna be tricky with space. They're catching on.
First spacewalk. Type in first spacewalk footage.
20-hour documentary by NASA.
There it is, right there. The first spacewalk, and it's that guy. It's that. It's Alexei Leonov became the first person to exit a spacecraft in 1965. This is 1965. Okay, so this is the same time period that 2001 Space Odyssey was being filmed. Okay, was during this time. Because Space Odyssey came out in 68. The moon landing was 69. Fast forward a little bit. Let's get him in space. Find him in space. No, that's fake.
Yeah, that shit look good.
Here we go. There it is. There it is. There it is. That look real to you? Now type in fucking type in 2001 Space Odyssey spacewalk. You find this listeners, find this footage. Find the footage of the first spacewalk. Type in the first spacewalk footage, and then find the footage of him floating in space with the planet behind him. You tell me that shit's fucking real.
I don't know if they do an actual spacewalk in Odyssey.
Yeah, they do.
They do?
Space stuff. They do some guy like dying or some shit. Spacewalk death. Do like death. Type in death. Frank's death right here. I'm just saying, watch how beautiful this is, though, man.
And this was made in
Just watch
1968.
This was made between 1964 and 1967. It was being filmed. It came out in 68. I'll fast forward a little bit, but I mean, just I mean, all you gotta do, and I've done it, is put black and white over this with some film grain and old film filters, bro. Over 2001 Space Odyssey, and boom, you got everything coming out of NASA in the 60s and 70s.
This shit looks like NASA today, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right?
It does.
Are you putting this on the YouTube? Fine, do that one.
Vaccines are safe and effective. Secret hideout science.
Now all you gotta do is put a fucking planet behind him. I'm just saying this was filmed around the same time. This was filmed at the same time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm trying to get at. Doesn't it look similar? Doesn't it look similar?
Sure.
This is cinematic. And the other one they put all the film grain on it.
Yeah, they just dumbed it down.
They dumbed it down.
Because they couldn't do it in space. Well, I mean, they couldn't because they were shooting film.
Well, they couldn't because space ain't fucking real, Jim. It's satanic.
Satanic Space, one of our episodes. Check it out. No, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's all. I mean, when you start questioning one thing, you just jump down these rabbit holes, and as you can tell, and what's this right here, Enzo?
Neil Armstrong.
Like, you
First
tell me
moon
they
landing.
couldn't mount that camera in a better place than this motherfucker?
But why does it why is it such low quality?
It's just why did they put the frame of the whole spacecraft? They had millions of dollars. Why did they frame it with the spacecraft in it the whole time?
Oh, are we watching moon landing
Yeah.
footage right now? Yeah. Who filming this part? Who filming this? Is that Neil? Wasn't that Neil
Mhm.
stepping off the ladder?
Yeah.
Probably.
Why didn't they have that shot for it coming down? Do you know what I mean? Go back a little bit, Enzo.
Neil deGrasse Tyson says it's not faked, so I mean,
Yeah.
it's clearly not.
But
I mean,
why?
Because you can take a telescope and you can see the footprint on the moon.
Is that what he says?
No. But
They always, whatever they do, just deny it. They're just like, well, it's always just such a.
It's just not. It's not
yeah,
fake.
It's not fake.
It's real.
It happened.
Yeah, accept
That's
it.
it. That's all it ever is. It's never like there's never like a real like I've talked about this with like round earth. There's not real round earth like proof. And that's like that's the thing. It's like there's just not. Like there's no one that's like they're just like it's round. No one has any idea of why it's round or
most people can't even tell you how fast it's spinning.
like look at that shit. Go back.
Like,
That's
This looks so fake.
come
right
the
on.
here.
narrative of it.
come on.
Look at that.
That looks so
Look at
fake.
that shit, dude. Who's filming it? Who's filming it? Who's filming that they're in there? All the astronauts are in there.
He said, oh,
They're filming that from Earth in 1969, bro.
I don't know, but the
But
way
you
that-
can't get you go fucking the wrong side of town. You can't get service on your phone. They could film this. They could control this camera from from Earth to the fucking moon
Dude,
in 1969.
I hope they kill Artemis though. I
What?
hope they really do. Well, not. I hope they don't kill.
Oh, they're
him.
gonna keep pushing it back. You watch.
Yeah, they already got pushed back a year.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
It's gonna keep happening.
2025.
It's gonna keep happening.
Yeah.
Getting pushed back and
Why don't
shit.
they just fake it right?
Just fake it.
Yes.
Nolan.
Yeah, get Nolan.
We've been
You
saying
heard it.
it.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Nolan's
We've been
gonna do
saying it.
I saw this funny like video. It was showing like a scene from American Psycho where someone's talking to Patrick Bateman and they're like, "That's just not possible," and he's like, "Why? Tell me, why the fuck not? Why isn't it possible? Why?" And the picture next to it is this like really crude drawing of a car, like with marker. It's like a car, right? And then the car has this like rod coming out the top and then dropping down in front of it. And on the front of the car, or on the end of the rod, is a magnet pointing to the car, and it shows the car going forward. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's the magnets pulling the car,
yeah.
and the magnets attached to the car. Like, why wouldn't this work?
Yeah.
You know, like
Here, yeah, send me that.
why wouldn't that work? Would that work? I don't know. I don't know how this shit works. Guy fell off here.
Yeah, keep that on there.
And yeah, I think that's all I got for pop culture, guys.
Was that pop culture still?
I don't know.
We don't know anymore.
Pop,
How about
it,
Cedar
baby.
Point, man? Cedar Point. I sent you that video, the Millennium Force.
I didn't
breaking
think it was
down.
that big of a deal.
I do. I think a lot of shit's going down at Cedar Point lately.
What else happened?
Well, Top Thrill killed someone, so
Top Thrill killed somebody?
yeah. What? You
Top Thrill was the man
Well,
that
we
was
don't.
ejected?
Here, it's even weird. It gets even weirder because we don't know if it killed the person because they're not talking about it. Journalists have been trying to figure out what happened to this woman. Top Thrill Dragster, one of their most popular rides there, fucking last year when it was coming in, right from after the hill drop, it flung something from the track. A piece of metal flung out, and it hit some woman in the head. And like she started like seizuring and shit, and like had a major head injury. And now no journalist can find out. The family's not talking, the police aren't talking about her status. And the ride's been closed.
I didn't even know
the
that
ride's closed
happened.
right now. Yeah.
That happened this year.
Yeah. Unless something just dropped. When was this? Maybe she finally talked about it.
Last year, August 2020.
No, let's see. 4 riders were.
This is just
Wait, go up. 4 riders were injured when they were struck by metal pieces. Okay, so this ain't it. This is another thing that happened with this. So metal, like these small metal pieces flew up and like pierced, like went into the skin of people during the launch. It said there's a new recall. It's permanently shut down. After a woman was injured this month with a metal bracket came off the roller coaster, she waited in line. Is still in the hospital with critical head injuries. So nobody really knows what's going on with this person. I think it's because she's like, she's probably a vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, big deal.
I heard about the one guy who died from the ride he fell out of. It was like a power tower-ish ride.
Yeah.
And the seat broke.
And then someone got killed on the
Boop,
Raptor.
he did.
Someone
wish I
went
had
in.
that audio.
Someone went in like a few years ago.
Oh shit! You don't have to worry about that.
Someone went a few years ago and tried to get like their cell phone out of the Raptor, and it got hit in the head when it came by, and fucking someone kicked them in the head on the ride.
I've always thought that might happen at the
Yeah.
Raptor.
So I'm just saying, there's a lot of like it's like I think they don't have enough employees or some shit to
Yeah,
the
there's-
safety stuff and shit. You know,
Oof.
like it's just becoming like something bad might happen when you go to Cedar Point.
Nothing gold can stay.
Nothing gold can stay.
Nothing gold can stay. But does that deter you from wanting to go ride the Maverick?
No.
No, the Maverick's so good. It's so good.
The other ride's better, man.
Which one?
Steel Vengeance.
Oh, I still haven't rode that yet either.
What's going on with this? I'm hearing that the White House and the press secretary and the president keep saying that like the economy is the best it's ever been.
Yeah.
Does that surprise you?
Historically, it's the best place. It's the best it's ever been, which I just don't understand. They're talking about gas is gonna hit $8 here.
Oh, amazing.
Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't. But that's amazing.
Crime News and the D said that, put out an article talking about how Michigan could see gas rise to $8 a gallon this summer.
They keep calling it the Putin price hikes. That's what Biden is.
We're at 5 right now. We're over 5 right now.
Yeah,
it's the highest.
Diesel is $5.49 for me.
Diesel.
I drive a diesel. Yeah.
You drive a diesel?
Yeah.
A car?
Yes.
Really? I didn't know that existed.
It's based as fuck, dog.
Why? What's that do?
It's better gas mileage. The engine's like made sturdier for a diesel engine, so it lasts longer. It's just I like it.
Is diesel more expensive?
It is. Yeah, it's $5.49 right now.
Is it usually more expensive though?
It depends.
Is it around the same?
I mean, I get like 40 miles a gallon sometimes.
What about when he was in office?
Who? Trump? Yeah, when Trump was in, I was getting a tank of gas for like $20 to $30, and now it's like over 60 easy.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I never knew that. I never knew like cars ran on diesel.
They used to, and then there was that Dieselgate thing where Volkswagen like cheated. They like made their cars like
it was the fuel economic car.
Yeah, they said they were more fuel efficient than they were.
What are you guys talking about?
Dieselgate.
Like all cars used to run on diesel?
No. But like they used to make more cars that ran on diesel, and then
cars aren't real.
Cars aren't real. Yeah,
you guys keep talking about these car things.
Oh shit!
All right.
No, they're clowns, man. And then wait 4 more years, Trump's gonna win, and then gas is gonna drop down to $3 a gallon.
Yeah.
We're all gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's a Jesus!"
Yeah, and he's like, "All right, I need your guns."
Yeah, I know.
For sure.
Don't worry, it's me.
Take your shots.
And we're gonna be like, "Yeah." Well, Trump needs our guns. It's a plan. Part of the plan.
Yeah, I know.
He needs the guns for the army he's building to take down the deep state.
To take down the deep state.
We got to give him our guns for his deep state army.
Yep.
Oh,
that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You heard it first here on Secret Hideout.
Yeah, and with that, Jim, why don't you tell everyone where they can find us?
Check us out on Instagram at Secret Hideout Podcast. We also have a Twitter, Secret Hideout Podcast. We're on there a lot. YouTube channel, Secret Hideout Podcast. Just search Secret Hideout Podcast. I think I'm going to have a website soon, too. So, Secret Hideout Podcast, where you just go and find everything.
Foursquare?
Yeah, just going to do a little stupid website.
Right
but
on.
everything's on, all the audio's on Spotify, Apple Music, and all
We
the
on Audible?
places. Yeah, we're on Audible
and
Amazon or Google Play, whatever. Everything. Secret Hideout Podcast. And pop in. I might do a live for this episode. If you come in for the next one too. I'll do it Friday nights if I can. So I'll be posting the episode that night too. So
yeah, and with that, don't listen to a word we say because we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. And please do your own research, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Peace.
Later.
Peace.
I didn't need to do that. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, good episode, guys.